Okay, this next tutorial is to show you guys how I do bar fishing. Now, bar fishing consists of having a weight that's going to keep your whole rig down on the bottom and not able to be moved by the moving current, by the moving water. And so that's basically the concept of it. How you do it, there are various ways to do it. I'll show you how I do it and also mention a cheaper way to do it, I guess. This is one of the important gear that you'll need to set up your bar rig, and this is a steel wired tee. And if you don't want to purchase these, though they're really not that expensive, about $1, and just, depending on how you set up your rig, even if you snag, you shouldn't be losing this. But if you really want to go cheaper, you can always go with the 3-way swivel. However, with the 3-way swivel, you have a much higher chance of your lines and your leader line, your weight line, and everything tangling all together, which means when you dump it out into water to fish and pull it out, half an hour later to check on your rig and find out it's all tangled and find out that you weren't fishing, it's really, in my opinion, not worth it. It's worth it to spend the $1 for this. You'll need some beads, and you'll see why. You'll need weight, different type of weights, depending on, or different sizes of your weights, depending on how fast your water moves and how deep you need to go. And you'll need some swivels, and it's optional to have a snap swivel or not, and you'll see why. Alright, so I cannot find my 30-pound leader line, as I was telling you guys, so I'm just going to use my 20 here, and for what I'll be doing, it will be enough. So I'm going to cut off a bunch here. I'm cutting off roughly about 3 feet here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tee, or put it through my tee. And I guess while I'm doing this, I'll explain that I'm choosing a 20-pound line because I'll be fishing for coho, and the coho, where I'm fishing, the coho is probably, if it exceeds 12 pounds, I'll be happy. Alright, so now this is, the tee is right in the middle. Alright, and this is where you need your beads. The beads is to help the tee stop from moving around. Take your first bead on your first line here, and sorry, there's the bead. I know you can't quite see it from the camera. Okay, we're gonna put it through the hole. Oops. Again, this is pretty hard to do on watching it from the small camera, so I'm just going to cheat and take a look. And as you will see now, this is why you need the bead. Because when this is going to be in the water, it's going to be flipping around. And you want something to kind of protect this from moving around too much on your line and cutting into your line. But again, that's why you should be using a very thick leader line to do this whole bar rigging. So depending on what you're fishing for. The other thing is, some folks, well, let me just finish this off. Take your line and thread it through your bead again, going this way. Here you go. See, I'm pushing this, and it won't go anywhere because we put this line through again, as you can see right there. So this bead will not move. So on the other end, you want to do the same thing with the bead. Now some people will choose not to loop this again and use a toothpick to jam it there. And then what happens is, when your fish is on your rig, the toothpick is going to break loose. So this can slide down, and so can your bar rig slide down, and therefore it's closer towards your weight and you have less to fight with. I know that doesn't make much sense right now, but I'll show you guys more of what I mean by that in a few moments. But I'm just going to set mine up the way I like it. So I'm going to loop it back in. Mine's looped in, so my bar rig doesn't go anywhere when it spins around. On this end, I will tie my snap swivel. Okay? You should always wet down your line before you singe it, because there's a lot of friction that's caused on the line. And the worst thing you can do is put a whole bunch of nicks and kill it because of friction before you even start fishing. And when you get a fish, that'll go bad. In fact, you can kind of see the issue. I'm probably going to redo this one again. But I'll continue because I know this demo is getting long. But I'll probably end up redoing it again. So there's a snap swivel on the end of my bar rig. And the reason why I like using a snap swivel is because it's nice and simple for me to open it up, slide in my weight, and slide in more weights if I need it. So if you picture this right now, the weight, you toss it out, it's going to sink. If you look up and up and up and up the line, you'll see the T-bar, where this other end, this top end, I will tie to a swivel and then to my main line. And out on the T over here, I will tie the hook I showed you in the last tutorial, and that'll be fluttering along in the current with my bait, with the salmon roll. And that's how I bar fish with this guy. The other thing is, when you're bar fishing, you're allowed up to 2 hooks. So sometimes on the top swivel that's going to my main line, I will also tie a second hook out. Alright, so that's how I set up my bar fishing rig. And if you have any comments, any questions, please leave them below. I will answer them. It's important to note that this is the same setup that I use when I use a spin and glow. You know, with those spinners. I don't have one with me right now to show you guys. So same setup. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, leave comments and I'll be happy to respond to them. Cheers.